I'm Cindy Dell. I'm a TKGA Certified Master Hand Knitter and Certified Knitting Instructor. And I've been playing around with some assigned pooling, and I want to show you how to do the Aster stitch on a little cowl that I'm designing. So here we are with my Aster stitch cowl. It's a pretty little stitch. And it's kind of like a bauble, but it's a little prettier than a bauble. Here's my skein of yarn. You can see it's got the color change in it, and it's got a regular change. And this one is kind of in a rainbow look. And I'm just about ready to start. So with assigned pooling, of course, you use this color change as an accent. And it ends up looking like this pretty little aster. This cowl also is in a rib pattern. So I'm going to continue in rib until I get to the color change, and you'll see that happen as we come up to the stitch. I've decided with this black that it's enough like the purple that I don't want to use it in the aster stitch itself. I want to wait. Okay, here I am now, up to my blue and yellow. So this is where I'm going to start. At this point, I'm just going to ignore these ribbing stitches, and I'm going to just work the aster stitch over the next 5 stitches. So you go in and wrap your yarn twice and pull it through. 2 times, pull it through. 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to turn my work to the back. And I'm going to very carefully take these stitches, slip them onto my right hand needle. I'm going to just barely move that stitch. I don't want to stretch it out. I'm going to keep it pretty much the same as the other stitches. Not too much slack, just enough. I kind of hold it here with my finger as I'm pulling it off. And there's all 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to kind of slip them back to my right hand needle. And I'm going to purl into all 5 stitches. Pull it through, but don't pull it off. I'll yarn to the back. Swing your needle up and through those 5 stitches again. Pull them in here so they're not so tight. But don't take it off. You're going to do this 5 times, knitting and purling. This is our purl number 3 stitch. Pull it to the back and knit all 5 again. And one more time we're going to purl. And this time we're going to go ahead and pull it off. So the 5 stitches that you slipped or you knit into and made this little aster stitch, they're all back here. We just made 5 stitches out of 1. Then we're going to turn it back again. Now I've got a little trick. One thing I didn't like about the aster stitch is that I tended to get kind of a hole in between. That's okay if you do. I mean, that's kind of a lacy part of this flower stitch, but I kind of liked it tightened up a little bit. So I am going to take this strand that was the first stitch on my Aster stitch when I did a double yarn over. I'm going to insert my left needle from the back, and then I'm going to knit those two together. And you don't have to do that, but I like that it kind of closes up the gap. And then we're just going to knit across. There's our little Aster stitch. And now you want to make sure that you're maintaining your ribbing. So the first stitch is a knitted stitch, and then we go into our 2x2 rib. I'm just going to knit or continue in pattern until I get to the next Aster stitch that I did on the previous round. Oops, and that is here. You can see there's the stitches that were completed on the last Aster stitch. And I'm going to show you have a couple of options with those. We're just going to continue on with our ribbing. This is such a fun little technique because you never know where your stitches are going to end up. And it makes just a real pretty organic looking piece. Okay, we are coming up to the Aster stitch that we made on the last round. Whoops, split that stitch. Let's try that again. Get it back before it falls. Yes, this happens to the best of us, people. Okay, that is a purl stitch. Okay, so if I go on pattern, and the ribbing pattern, it would be a knit one, purl two, knit two, and then purl two. You can do that, and it ends up like this. You get these little purl bumps, which is pretty. It ends up having kind of a design feature that way. But you can also knit over the top of each one, and then you kind of hide that purl bump. So in this case, I'm going to just ignore the knit one, knit two, purl two pattern and knit across all of those stitches until I'm done with the Aster stitch, and there's only purple on top of it, and then I'm going to keep going in pattern. So I'm going to knit a little bit more, work a little bit more, and then work up to that next color change and do the Aster stitch for you one more time.